video, I am going to show you how to create an interface for the RainMachine input that we just installed. The RainMachine under Irrigation, the one we installed earlier, doesn't really have a custom interface, or you cannot really do a custom interface for it. It's already preset in Elan. However, for the input-output driver, we can create a custom interface that will eventually look something like this, where we can see all of the metrics that are being put out by the RainMachine. We'll be able to navigate different programs and even look at all of the spending and all of the watering that is happening for today, a week, and a month. For the year, the only value that we have is the time, simply because to calculate the gallons takes an enormous amount of computing and takes a long time, and unfortunately the Elan controller may be a little bit too busy calculating the year for a long time. So in lieu of that, we opted just to go for today, this week, and this month for the water usage and the dollar savings. We're going to build this interface to be able to navigate through the different programs, and also we're going to build an interface that's going to allow us to actually manually turn on and turn off the different zones and the different programs, and tell us exactly which zones are watering and which zones are coming up next, and the ability to also be able to turn off a program. Again, all those capabilities are only available under the input device rather than just the irrigation module. So let's begin creating this kind of interface. The first thing that we need to do is create a custom interface. So under the interface, you go to the home pages and you create a new screen. You can call this whatever you want to. So let's call this RainMachine summary. Now in the driver, we have included a couple of templates that you can just import. So obviously this is empty, so rather than having to redraw all the elements, you can just go to import from file, and you can go to wherever you downloaded the RainMachine zipped file, and in there you'll see two templates that we've already pre-designed for you. So you can just import the irrigation summary, and that'll go in. On here, if you want to display this in the viewer, you'd need to set this for stop level name to yes. And now we have a template to work with. So now what we need to do is we need to connect these elements to the variables that are built into the input driver. So this is a very simple process. We've already created the blocks and the names and the text feedback and the names, and we've already created the variable. So all you have to do is click on this and then go to the text feedback properties, and in the connect to, you just have to choose the proper connect to variable. So in this case, the title box gets connected to the title. In this case, the feedback gets connected to the feedback. In the today, again, notice that this is your guide, so this is the daily water usage, and I'm going to connect this to daily water usage. This is the item duration. I'm going to connect this to the item daily duration. This is daily savings, and I'm going to connect this to daily savings. So basically the idea is the name here is your guide for the connect to. And this goes fairly quick. You can connect this to the weekly water usage. This connects to the weekly duration. And this connects to the weekly saving. And we'll go through this here, and we'll do the monthly water usage, the monthly duration, and the monthly savings. And we have one more, and that is the yearly duration. And again, for the yearly, we only have the duration field for now. You hit apply, copy from the large format, and now we have these fields connected. We'll talk about connecting these buttons in just a second, but let's start viewing this here. Now we need to make this available for the user. So we will go to Systems, and in here we'll have main tabs. You'll have several main tabs. You may have used already a couple. So we're going to create this, call it a custom main tab. We're going to call this Irrigation Programs, or you can give it whatever useful name you want. You can select an icon. Again, whatever useful icon you feel like this can help you with or describe this better. And now we have this irrigation program ready to go. What we need to do next is go back to the interface and connect this to a particular user. So in this case, let's put it here. Now if I go to my viewer, you can see that the irrigation program is here, and our values have loaded nicely into the graph. Now we haven't connected the next and the previous buttons, but at least for now we know that this is currently working. It read all the current programs for all. Let's go back now and connect these previous buttons. These are going to connect through event maps. So let's go in and connect, and I'll show you how to connect these things. So we'll go back to the interface. We'll go back to the RainMachine summary, and for the previous, we just go create an event map for the button press. I like to be a little bit more descriptive in my event maps, so we're going to call this RainMachine input previous button press, and to save time I will copy this first item so I can paste it in my other field. So now I create the event, and basically I start the event here, and all I need to do is go to the commands, and from here click on the input. I want to execute the function, and the function I want to execute is previous, and we take care of this programmatically on the back end for you. So now this is done for previous. We do the same thing here for home. So we create an event for button press. So RainMachine home button press. We click OK, and once again we're going to connect it to home, and next. We do the same thing here for button press. My copy worked. Helps me be a little bit lazy. We click OK, and now we're going to hit connect this to next. So now we have our navigation that's ready to go. Again, if we come here and we test this, this should take us to next, which is the winter schedule, and take us next to the daytime schedule. So this shows us all the statistics that are all about the powerful programs that are built into the RainMachine.